Hello, users! Welcome back. We're here with another entry into Creature Comforts, with another episode of I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I'm going to make a concerted effort, since the game finishes at year 20, to make a concerted effort to finish this week. Not necessarily today. We are starting a little early today, but we're not finishing today. I mean, I guess I don't know. The last couple of years could go super fast. Unlikely, though. So, really last time, it was mostly going through the years. We aged up. Hold on, I am fixing some stuff here. You're not seeing any of this. Blah, 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 blah. None of this is happening. Boop. There we go. We aged up. We moved around the outskirts. We found out that with our new abilities, we can move. We don't use a lot of stress, so we have a lot of things that we can do. In an alternate timeline, we had sex with Tange, but instead, in this timeline, after reloading, we did what we could to help her and be there as a friend. We are worried about what Tange and Instance are working on. I'm concerned it is some kind of, virus. We'll see. We also discovered that Vace and Nem are in a relationship, and that's some hot trash. I am going to state that unless it comes up, I'm not going to actively try to break them up. Well, you know what? Let me back that up. We already know Vace is trash. If we see Vace being trash to Nem, we're going to do what we can to break them up. Or, if something comes up and we have the ability to reveal Vace is trash, we'll do so. So, that said, let's get into the game. We already gave her her birthday present, right? Make sure notes are working. Yeah, alright. Yes, we gave her a birthday present. Alright, I'm gonna say we're gonna explore. Because we can. And because we haven't been back to, like, outside of town in a very long time. I to be a hunter. Utopia sighs when you tell her you're looking for Red. Well, I can't stop you, sweets. Rhett's over in the garrison, though. I don't like him coming around here trying to poach my people. You head over to the garrison. Ah, it's you again, Red says. Gonna try out for the hunting party again, are you? Vace looks up from where he's cleaning a prize rifle and scowls at you. Why do we need to kill them? Vace laughs. Because they're killing us, Solane. Keep up. He clenches his fist. It's classic struggle between humanity and nature. Nature's not all flowers and rainbows. On Earth, everything. Oh, we've read this before. I don't want to kill animals for fun. We'll unlock the job. Fucking what? Alright. Rhett nods. Good. I'm glad to hear that. But first, I need to know sure you know the basic. Vace, bring out the Variki. Vace goes over to a tent, brings out the Variki in a long chain. I don't like that. It's sprightly and bright-eyed. Some might even say cute. Comes up nearly to your waist. Vace looks proud of his duty as monster bearer. I caught this one myself. I'm adding it to the training zoo, so don't kill it, but free to give it a few pokes. Then tell me, what are its weaknesses? Its strength? How you defeat it in a fight? Let's not attack it. Let's analyze it. Hi, Kia. Hope you feel better. 4, a 5, a 6. Nope. A 6. Yinhua, hey, you don't have to do that. Thank you so much. Yinhua, if you're not aware, Yinhua is playing D&D. Yinhua, you and I need to talk about something potentially for October. No worries. Yinhua, if you're not aware, is a fellow VTuber, fellow streamer, not fellow, definitely not, but a wonderful digital artist. I'm not a digital artist. And all-around cool person. You should check her channel out if you haven't already. Oop. Is that weird? You study the creature for a long time. It looks nervous, skittering from side to side and making clicking noise. You throw a stick at it, it leaps up and grabs its mandibles. It angrily tears it in half, then glares at you. You think about your own pet, Rikki-Tikki. This one is larger and fungus-like, maybe even close to the end of the mobile part of their life cycle. You know that one day all Varikkis must take root and become nurse trees for the next generation. You rattle off some other facts you've learned from playing with Rikki-Tikki, and Rhett nods. Good, Rhett says. Let's see if they're as good as hunting at these as you are at identifying them. I'm joining the hunting squad next month and we'll see how you do with the swamps. I don't know that I'm going to do that, but we know that we can go to the swamps now. Alright, we're going to explore nearby. Like that. You come across a float cow that seems to be ill. She's floating upside down, meter off the ground, kicking her segmented legs in the air periodically, as though trying to right herself. Her slitted eyes look at you imploringly. She makes a helpless lowing noise and tries to flip over, but the ratio of gas to liquid must be unbalanced. Figure out what's wrong with her. Alright. Milk the float cow. We've read this one before. Alright. Ooh, that's early. You've been saved a few times from certain doom, or at least discomfort. It can't have been a coincidence. Something, or we're gonna finally meet our mysterious friend? Something, or someone, has taken an interest in you. You're being followed. You're beginning to get a feel for this place and its dangers, so the next time you hear the hiss-click of the nest of a hungry snap-ladders, you walk straight towards it, keeping an eye out for anyone watching you from the trees. There. Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, symbiote. Do something weird when I reloaded? Alright. There, just as you think you're going to have to climb into the damn nest to get your savior to show up, you see a shadowy figure darting behind a tree. You make eye contact and you both freeze. His almond-shaped eyes widen in its not quite human face, and he slips away into the jungle. Track him carefully. Rather than rush after him, you use your tracking skills to follow his path and sneak up on him. You pounce like a manticore and the two of you tumble to the ground. You pin his arms. Oh. Hello. You get a good look at his face for the first time. The long, delicate features, the odd tone of his skin, almost purple, and his glittering alien eyes. Before you can answer your questions, you jump off him and back away. Wait. This man... You've seen him in your dreams. I guess, Kia, it's possible. Kia chat says sudden BL content. It feels like you know him. His name is at the forefront of your memory, just out of reach. He brushes the dirt from his clothes and stands up tall. Very tall. You have to take another step back to get a good look at him. Catch a glimpse of pale purple wrists under his tattered black sleeves. Yeah. Delicate like bird bone. What voice will we give him? I'm a gardener, he purrs. And you are trespassing on my planet. Dick and the man... I have not met him before. Something's messed up here. You know him. His name is... Nice to meet you again, Sim. How did you know my name? Huh. Well, I mean, let's go with I learned it in a dream. Maybe, did we have a dream about him when we were younger? I did load the game up earlier and went forward a week, but I didn't explore. So I don't know if this is supposed to happen or what. Sim nods, like this makes sense to him. He jumps up on a large rock and crouches, eyeing you thoughtfully. Let's make a deal, he says. He speaks with an odd inflection, putting the wrong stress on things, but the words themselves come easily enough to him. I'm not supposed to talk to you, he says. It's against the rules. But since you caught me, I can grant you one wish. He smiles mischievously. Is this a joke? I wish to know more about you. He gives you a sly look. In time, Solane. I hope we... He pauses and his eyes unfocus for a moment. He stares straight ahead, unblinking. Then he slowly stretches like a cat and stands up. Well, this has been fun, but I'm afraid duty calls. He doffs an invisible hat towards you. I'm looking forward to the story of how you came to know my name. He jumps behind the rocks and disappears. Literally, he disappeared. You search all around and can find no trace of where you've gone, or how. You're struck with a sudden sense of remembering so strong that you have to stop and hold your head. Meeting Sim again, like it was before. I hope we didn't get a bug. Like, I hope that's not a second playthrough thing. Oh, you know, well, no, because we didn't get this far in the first playthrough. Oh, wait, he's over there. We'll do a few more. You let your mind wander as you're walking. We'll turn back. We don't need to do that. I actually can pick and choose challenges now, which is interesting. You stroll along a path when suddenly everything goes quiet. Yeah, we'll build bravery. The wilderness is never quiet. There's always insect noises, the chirping of reptiles. Quinoa. Alright. Alright. It's playing. So we'll just hang out here while the archive records. Oh, for those of you that are not subscribed or are watching the archive, on the channel I have a points reward that are all focused around, in many cases, Myst. So there are books that, or there are point rewards that have to do with the blue and red linking book, one of which, the blue linking book, has the channel automatically play an ad. Soda ASMR. Actually, I opened the wrong thing. I gotta go back to my dinner drink first. 22 seconds. Wait for folks to come back. I'm very confused. I don't remember. Let's, I'm just gonna, while we're here. 10 seconds left. We don't have time. Alright. We're gonna bravely continue on because we want to raise bravery. Excuse me. We want to raise bravery. 2+ bonus to pairs. Alright, well, we don't care about kudos. Do we have anything that's a pair right now? Oh, 1, 2. Hmm. Alright. You walk through the quiet area, the noise starts up again. The mystery will have to remain unsolved. Spooky. Okay. Also, I believe the seasonal event is next week, so we're gonna use as much stress as we can. There isn't a cloud in the sky, yet it's started to rain. You can't tell where it's coming from or whether it's even water. Given that the planet is full of surprises, it's probably some animal integration or airborne tree sap. Who knows? You have a strong desire not to be out there. Let's find something to use it as an umbrella. You break off a large leaf on a long stem and hold it over your head. Kind of pleasant. It makes a pleasant kind of thrum as drops splatter on it. Alright. Hello again, Sim. You're walking up a trail when you're caught by surprise. It's Sim, and he's running. You're knocked to the side as he pushes past you, running in the opposite direction with barely a glance. You shout and chase after him, but after a few seconds it becomes clear you don't have a hope of finding Sim when he doesn't want to be found. You turn and continue along the path. Around the next bend you spot a familiar face. Utopia. She's collecting rock samples with a pickaxe like an old-timey prospector. Who the hell was that? I don't want to lie directly. I don't know that I want I don't think we're ready for this yet, so let's go with this. Ah, one of your school friends? Utopia says, wiping her hand across her forehead. You kids sure do sprout fast. What does Dis have an older brother I don't know about? She hikes her pickaxe off her shoulder. Whatever. Just watch where you're running, okay? The gravel's loose around here. You agree, happy to be out of this conversation without any trouble, and continue along the path before Utopia asks any more questions. You walk for a couple minutes before you see Sim again. He seems to be in good humor, despite the close call. Oh, he says, leaping against the tree. It's tiresome to be so secretive. He wipes his eyes, brimming with mirth. It is such a pleasure to be around you and Dis, and not to have to hide myself. Ooh, Dis knows him. Okay. He sobers quickly. I do appreciate your discretion, he says. It is not the right time for the gardeners to be formally introduced. To do so early would cause a great degree of chaos. Yes, even the female surveyor, he continues. I do like her, but I have learned from my limited experience with your kind that adults of your species do not react well to surprise. It is good you're here, though. Sim continues, as I need something from you. Data. What? Sim holds up his hand. Please do not be alarmed, he says, placatingly. I do not mean sensitive information such as personnel or defense. I mean only the contents of your digital cultural archive. Like holovids? Sim smiles. Yes, exactly. Your holographic recordings of movies, music, books. Cultural artifacts only. I promise. Why? Well, isn't it obvious? I wish to know more about your kind. I wish to learn how to... He struggles to find the right phrasing. I wish to learn how to act in such a way that is not so discomforting to humans. Alright, that seems fine with me. I'll do it. Sim's gentle smile grows warmer. Truly? Yes? Oh, I thought it would take a great deal more convincing. You are surprised. It's such a pleasure. Well, you could smooch. You tell Sim that you are likely to find a mem drive in engineering and fill it with data he wants. But you have him a few questions of your own. That's fair. It must be frustrating to feel as though the truth is being withheld from you. Ignorance is not a yoke your kind bears easily. Please trust me when I say my inability to answer your questions is born of circumstances beyond my control, and not a lack of desire on my part. I have full faith that you will know everything soon enough. Okay. I'll believe you for now. What is this one? Try to plant something. What are you doing rooting around here? Utopia comes from around the side of the forest, big grin on her face. Are you farming? You're in the wrong place. These fields haven't been worked in years. Everyone's moved inside the walls, sweets. He kicks a clod of gray-pink dirt. Soil's just not good enough out here for growing earth crops. Besides, the animals get to it fast and we can chase them away. Try reporting to geoponics if you'd like to help out. Hey, I'll take the biology points. Oh. Who are you, buddy? Wait. I see you. How do I get to you? Hello, friend. You walk in the clearing, immediately stop in your tracks. There's a Unisaur here. You've seen them before, but they still fill you with a sense of awe. Well, we're definitely not attacking it, because fuck that. Any strong feelings, chat? I'm gonna give it a few seconds here while stream catches up. Me? Oh. Catch a Unisaur by the toe. It hollers, let it go. Meeny, meeny. Alright. 5 kudos if equals goal. Alright, we can do that. Oh, that's too powerful. We're too strong. Feel too strong. Feel too strong. Well, we're not going to equal it. So let's just blow it out of the water. As you settle in to watch it from behind a strand of mush trees, the Unisaur looks up towards you, startled by your movement. You try to hold perfectly still and quiet your breathing. After a tense moment, it goes back to its business. First, it sniffs out a good tree and rubs the scent glands on its neck against it thoroughly. Then it pees, like a crystal waterfall, on a rock. Everything it does seems magical. Next, it sharpens its horn against a rock, which is scored with marks from having done this before. This must be its favorite sharpening rock. You notice a bulge in its stomach. It must have had a huge meal recently. Or it's preggo. Oh wow, that's a drop of stress. Eventually, it curls up for a nap. You quietly sneak away. This was so wonderful. Vertumna's a magical place. Oh, right. We did this way back on the first run through the game, before I restarted. We must just not have ever made it back there before. Or again. Is there any more that we can do? Sure, we'll do this one. I guess that's all of it. Let's go do the final one. Can we give Sim a gift? We can give Sim a gift. Give him a flower? Maybe? Or maybe a crystal? We'll give him a flower. Sim examines your gift in great detail and asks very questions about where and when you found it. He hums to himself as he turns it over in his hands, a broad smile on his face. Remarkable, Solani. Oh, he likes them. All right. Just remarkable, he says as he hands it back to you. You are truly the most thoughtful of gift givers. I have enjoyed your present to the fullest. You try to explain that he can keep it, but he just smiles and shakes his head. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, he seems nice. You spent so many days and weeks exploring. Some days you feel like you've seen it all, although you haven't gone very far from the colony. You have your favorite places, and you're heading to one of them right now. You like it because it's thrilling to get here. Alright, let's... That. That. You have to cross a fallen log over a deep ravine to get here. Today you make it across, controlling your fear and walking steadily without shaking. There it is. You arrive at an orchid of bobber fruit. The sweet, citrusy smell wafts from the red fruit as it bounces enticingly up and down the end of long branches. You I cannot speak today. You check carefully for animals. You've seen a territorial bush bud here before, but looks like the coast is clear. You can pick and eat at your leisure. Let's go home. We did everything. This year's Vertumnalia is ushered in with big military band, horns and drums, supplemented by recordings of parade music from Earth. Governor Lum strides out of command on the grand red carpet, goddammit, and descends to the stage to raucous applause. "Thank you, everyone," he calls out over the din. "Look at you! Look at this colony! Finally, truly united. All it took was a common enemy," he declares. "I look at you beautiful people, you strong people, you good human people, and I see a fire in your eyes. I see courage in your hearts. I see a colony that's ready to win. I see a colony that's here to stay, Vertumna. Do you hear me?" He raises his arms and roars. "Do you hear me, Vertumna? We humans aren't going to hide anymore." God. Lum gestures for Security Chief Rhett to join him on stage, then continues. "The original fugitive colonists got it wrong. In Roman mythology, Vertumnus was the god of cultivation, not of rampant chaotic growth." He clenches his hand into a fist. "We need to clear the field before we can plow it. Vertumna won't be safe from it. Vertumna won't be safe from human life, or for human life, until the aliens are eradicated." Rhett crosses his arms and nods in agreement. Maybe there's more to this plan than Lum is letting on. Hey, Unstable Deuce. Yeah, you're Unstable Deuce in chat saying the aspiring fascist leader is full fascism. Yep. Lum descends from the stage and does a receiving line of handshakes and fist bumps. In the vacuum left by his presidents, Chief Administrator Seek takes the podium and clears their throat. I want to announce that this will be the last year that the festival contest will be held." What? The sound of protest rises from the crowds, and near the front, Lum just shrugs theatrically and mouths, "Not my fault." Seek looks down at him pointingly, then continues. "This war will use our colony resources at a tremendous rate, including the most valuable time." Lum takes the stage again and soothes the crowd. "I do have some good news. Starting today, the colony's going to be granting requests from people who want to have children." I'm sorry, what? A happy murmur burbles through the crowd. "Yes, that's right. It's time to start the next generation of Vertumnans and secure a future from our children, or for our children." Lum pumps his fist in the air. "Humans! Humans! Humans!" Oh, I'm not screaming that. Anyway, about this war on nature. "I think it's stupid," Cal says immediately. "I know survival is important, but I don't... this is the first time we've seen adult Cal, I think? We don't have to kill things to survive here." Mars rolls her eyes. "Duh, of course you'd think that. Personally, I think Lum is a total nullhead. Not much older than me. What is he, like 24? And everyone listens to him. They listen to me instead. Look, Mars, we have our problems, but if you want to take over for Lum, I will support you, because that's some bullshit." Finally, you are called to participate in the games, the last ones, maybe forever. If this war on nature never ends, you'll probably be an adult. Or ever ends. And your friends all separate into their usual games. You realize this may be the last time that you get to just be kids. What do you choose? Well, we can't do the talent show. We can't do the bake-off. Let's do the Xeno wrangling. Maybe it'll raise our combat. Yeah, Alright. The crowd goes silent as the ranchers bring out the dangerous animals the game's ever seen. A fully grown manticore. It roars and thrashes its mane, stalking around in a circle on the lead hammered into the ground. It's got its muzzle on, Vace complains. I bet its claws are filed down. Gee, Fred, this isn't a challenge. On the sidelines, Rhett shrugs and spreads his hands. Vace and Nem go before you. Vace is an accomplished wrangler, and manages to wrestle it to ground easily by mounting it and looping a rope behind the joints of its claws, pulling them behind the manticore's back. Nem manages to do the same thing, but it is a struggle. She limps out of the ring with a wrenched shoulder as wranglers free the manticore again. Snaps its claws and grins hungrily. Alright, let's fuck this dude up. 4. 6, 5, 4. 9, 7. Boop. We get better. Oh, we're so close on combat. We need to do 1 week of combat. This is a wild freaking manticore. One of the most dangerous beasts in Vertumna. Something that could never be tamed, and they want you to wrestle it? No problem. I'm gonna take a drink. You're offered your choice of implement. You choose an electrified baton, and it's a good thing you do. The manticore swipes at you, fatigued but still ferocious. And you give it a few jolts. When it begins to show fear, you come in close and deliver a few more to its soft underbelly. It roars in pain and confusion. Man, I wish we hadn't done this. The crowd roars in bloodthirst as you force the manticore into submission, especially the Helios. You aren't sure if they are rooting for you or the manticore. After the festivities, everyone is supposed to take a few days vacation. You and your friends relax, but the adults move around the colony like ants in a hive, fortifying the walls and preparing for the human offensive against the planet. Yeah, fuck that noise. Kudos doubled. Anybody? Ooh, let's go talk to Mom. Mom? Your mom and dad are taking a midday break in Shade of Trellis. You wander over, you wave over, and wave you over as you approach. Solane! Solane, come here! Your dad says, pulling a crate with his foot and patting at the top invitingly. Come spend some time with your old mom and pop. How's your day been? I don't know, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say not bad. Our fearless explorer, your mom drawls, taking a swig from her canteen. She wipes her mouth with the back of her hand and passes the canteen back to your dad. Made friends with any alien life forms yet? Well... Your phrase goes on a journey. Friends with any... what? Do they know about Sim? How could they? Your parents chuckle for your expression. Wow, Solane, your dad says. You know, like the little hop eyes that sneak in, or a blip bug. Dave's coming. Oh, those kinds of aliens. You thought for sure they were talking about Sim. But hey, while they're asking, you tell them you met an alien, a smart one with 2 legs and 2 arms and a humanish face. You've had conversations with him. He likes humans. Your parents exchange a dubious look. We've already checked, kiddo. There's no alien civilizations on Vertumna. None still alive, anyway. Do you think they would have contacted us? If there was? Your mom snorts. Maybe they're scared of... Maybe there's... your mom snorts. Maybe they're scared of us. She pats your leg patronizing. This is like a dream thing, right? You dreamed you met an alien like you used to when you were younger? I know you've always had trouble telling your imagination from reality. Don't you think you're getting old for these stories? I can prove it. Your mom frowns. No, you can't. There's no sentient alien life on this planet. We checked even before we left Earth. We didn't want to make the same mistakes. Your dad cuts her off. And that's it for our break time. Back to work, Flulu. Your mom scowls and tidies away the crate. They give you a hug and tell you hard work out there. Alright, we're gonna reload. Because, I don't want a card that has to deal with us being delusional. Not bad. Nope, just boring old humans. Your mom and dad nod and go back to their conversation. You sit with them a while and share the canteen. It's iced blup tea. You're not supposed to drink it because it makes you feel kind of buzzy, but the rest of it makes the afternoon fly by. Alright. Whoop. Feel a log. Also, it is mid-dust. Whose birthday is it? Mid-dust. It's Nami's! Let's go give them a birthday present. They're great. They deserve to be happy. We get a hug. Can get a hug. Rex is chatting with one of the young soldiers from the Helio, smiling wolfishly down at her with his hand braced above her head as she giggles. When she sees you coming, her smile drops and she beats a hasty retreat, avoiding your gaze. Rex turns, his confused expression melting away to delight when he sees you. "Well, hey, Solane," he exclaims. "Some of the Helios are, weird about being seen with me," he continues unbothered. "She'll be back." "Hugs incoming!" "Oh, yeah!" Rex exclaims, wrapping you in a strong bear hug. He even lifts you off the ground a little. It's a good hug, the kind that makes you instantly just a little bit more relaxed. Alright, buddy. Nami, no. Ooh. Egg. 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 Everyone's so serious all the time, Nami says, touching their chin with the tip of their finger. Trying my best to help. Even if I'm not good at soldier stuff, I can at least make things that make people smile. That's important too, right? Nami, absolutely. I have a present for you. I can give you a strange device. Ooh, Nami exclaims, making grabby hands at the strange device. Happy birthday to me! I can't believe you remembered. Thank you. Ange. Ooh. Something's off with Nem today. You can tell by just watching her train that she's moving more slowly and seems distracted. Every so often she breaks form to stare at Vace, who's working on a group of trainees on the other side of the garrison. Her unit leader singles her out and chastises her, gesturing for her to take a break and get her head on straight. Nem scowls as she slinks over to the rest area, where you hand her a water bottle. Hey you, she says, shooting the flicker of a smile as she takes a drink. What's up? Vace isn't talking with me. Nem replies, sighing heavily as she recaps her water bottle. It's been 2 days and he acts like I'm not even here. I've tried talking to him and he just says he needs time to think. We got into it about how much time you and I spend together. Uh-oh. Well, he thinks you like me and I told him it's not like that. We're just friends. Actually, Nem, about that. Oh, alright. Nem exhales noisily and scrubs her heel into the palm of her eyes. Maybe the problem is he just doesn't know you that well. He doesn't trust you around me at all. I mean, this is the right answer, but I'm gonna try. Vace is right to not trust her. You tell Nem that you like her as more than a friend. You have feelings you want to share. Nem goes completely still as the color drains from her cheeks. Her eyes dart over to Vace on the other side of the room. Please don't say stuff like that, Solane. You're only going to make it worse for me. Whoa, I don't like that phrasing at all. Vace is an asshole, and I have proof. Nem head whips to you, shocked. What? How could you say that, Solane? You know, I know he gets sometimes, but he's still my boyfriend. Yeah, right here. The way that he treats you is not healthy. Nem's eyebrows furrow. What do you mean, Solane? You like it when he accuses you? Nem frowns. No, obviously. What does that have to do with anything? The problem isn't you, it's him. You tell she shouldn't have to constantly prove herself to Vace. I never thought of it that way. It's like we have this argument all the time. He gets mad because he thinks I was talking to someone too long or because I said something that set him off. And when you talk to him about it, well, he gets really upset that I'm upset with him, and then I have to apologize and reassure that I love him. And it's always this whole thing. He sighs. I'm just so tired of it, you know? I don't know what else to do. I don't know if there's anything else I can do. Nem wipes her eyes. I don't know what to think, she says. I'll talk to him about it and see what he says. He deserves a chance to explain himself, but... Her gaze goes back over to Vace. I don't know if he'll be able to. She gives you a quick hug. Thank you for talking to me about this, Solane. You're my best friend on the whole planet. No smooch? Ooh. Smooch? Keep trying to tell myself that not everyone needs to fight aliens, Nem says, looking at the colony road to the garden and geoponics domes. But I can't stand it when Kyle talks about how we gotta sing songs and get along. So stupid. Nem, I have something to confess. Nem looks around and grimaces as she sees Vace staring at the two of you talking. Sure, but let's go somewhere else. She leads you to the walls. One of the few places to have a private conversation in the colony. The wind whipping across her firebreak blows her hair across the firebreak, blows her hair across her face. So what did you want to talk about, Solane? I'm in love with you? Nem stares at you blankly for a long time, her face growing steadily more red. She laughs uncomfortably. Come on, Solane, don't tease me. I'm not teasing. She crosses her arms and takes a few steps away, looking out at the wilderness. Well, you're wrong, then. You're just sorry for me or something, Nem scowls. I'm not a weakling, Solane. I can take care of myself. I don't need you or Vace or anyone else. I really do like you. Promise. Nem goes silent again, refusing to answer or even look at you. After a while, she scrubs her eyes, the heel of her hand. I don't know why. After Vace, I guess it's just... I don't know if I'm ready to trust someone like that again. She turns to you. But... I've known you forever, Solane. You're like my best friend. You were with me when Calm died, and you didn't give up on me when I was getting brainwashed by Vace. And I like you too. I guess I always kind of did. I'm just scared, Solane. I don't want it to be like it was with him. You step closer, and Nem doesn't back away. Being careful not to spook her, you reach up and gently cup her cheek. She is a brave, strong woman. She's not scared in that way. I don't need to say that. So, it is never going to be like that again. I will throw myself out before I start acting like Vace. You telegraph your intentions slowly, giving her time to back away. But Nem gathers courage and meets you halfway for a tentative, curious kiss. Your heart almost beats out of your chest. You almost wonder if she can hear it too. Ooh, this is like when I first kissed Kia. Gained status. Smitten. Huh. When you part, Nem blinks quickly like she's trying not to cry. Instead, she slugs you in the shoulder and laughs. Still a little awkward. Okay, that's that then. We're dating, I guess? We are so dating. Nem smiles and looks down at the ground and leans in to kiss you again. Okay. I have to get back to my post, but I guess I'll see you around, boyfriend? She gives you a little wave and jogs away, looking lighter than you've seen her in a while. Yay! Get fucked, Vace! I wonder how this is gonna go. I'm gonna take a drink. On your way to the garrison, you pass by a few young soldiers speaking in hushed tone. They seem to be commiserating around over Vace's attitude and training today. Oh boy, you might know what this is about. You spot Vace overseeing a group of soldiers navigating an obstacle course. Pick it up, come on, he snaps. You approach carefully, and he acknowledges you with a glance before going back to staring morosely at the trainee. Why so glum, chum? Scowls and crosses his arms. Nothing. It's a bunch of bullshit. Fine, be that way. I will. Alright. So, we could raise combat. It's almost maxed out. But that'll probably happen on its own the next time we go exploring. What can we do in engineering? Download data for Sim. Sim asks you for data on human culture, television shows, music, books, things like that. Even limited access to Congruence's media archives through your holopalm, but for Sim it'll be a little bit more complicated. You need to find a physical storage unit with enough memory to contain a chunk of the holo archives. Get one. The robot workshop would be a good place to look. You sneak in, nobody around. Good. You rummage around until you find what looks like a portable holo unit in a drawer, and find a port in the wall to plug it into. An interface pops up with options to copy data onto the teeny drive. Perfect. You start by carefully copying your favorite vids and games and realize there's a shit ton more room on this teeny device. You sweep in several thousand more vids as well as the entire contents of the school learningpedia. As you slip the unit into your pocket, the Congruence console above you suddenly flickers and lights up. Maybe we come back and do this later. Congruence seems amused. She doesn't sound an alarm, although you know you shouldn't be in here, but asks in a neutral voice. What are you doing in here, Solane? Came to see you. Congruence allows her expression to show doubt, though she seems flattered. You chat for a bit, then she tells you to get out before you get in trouble. She seems to be lonely. Did an artificial intelligence get lonely? Something you never really thought about. I guess she must miss Professor Howell kind of... Man, I hope we could befriend her. Really quickly, we're going to repair robots. You're in engineering very late today. You start to nod off and consider packing it up for the night. You see Tangent and Instance leave their lab without locking the door. They're heading back towards the living quarters. Usually they're so cautious, but it's late. They must have been very tired to have forgotten. They're working together in something in secret. Want to find out? Yep. Checking to make sure the coast is clear, you slip into their office. Just off the med bay, and every flat surface is dedicated to experiments. The whiteboard is covered in dense scribbled-in diagrams. The garbage bin is filled with wrappers of discarded soy meal replacements. Smells like stale coffee and sleep deprivation in here. The holo terminal is still active. Strange they left it on. You get the feeling that maybe they weren't done for the night. You'll have to be quick. Check out the experiments. Some of the experiments blink up at you and chirp miserably. Obviously glance what's being done to them, but they don't look happy. Cages were locked, but you might be able to free them. Oh, fuck. You pore over everything Tangent Instant's been working on, slowly putting together the pieces. What you find is chilling. After researching the shimmer fungus together, they decided to bioengineer a more powerful virus that uses the same pathway, but only affects the native Vertumnan creature. It would sever the existing symbiotic relationship between Vertumnan fauna and fungi, become completely fatal to its host. It would kill everything on the planet, kill everything that walks, swims, or flies, leaving it empty and ready for human colonization. But why would they do that? You dig a little deeper and find... Oh, hold on. Not Instance's research logs, but her personal log, written on real paper with a cover page that reads, "In defense, on my death." You read through the papers. It was Instance details being approached by Lum shortly after the Helio landed and he took control of the council. The Helio had been sent to retrieve Congruence and bring the justice to the people who stole her, Instance primarily. But also Hal and your mother. When they realized they could never return to Earth, Lum became interested in Instance's research instead, particularly her research into the Vertumnan ecology. Under the threat of execution, Instance was essentially forced to pivot her research... Fuck you, Lum. Into the research into finding a way to cleanse the planet for human colonization. She writes that she tried to shield the other scientists from her work for their protection. They couldn't keep the secret from her apprentice, Tangent. Speaks highly of Tangent, almost as a mother would talk about her own child. She agrees that she couldn't protect her too. You scan copies of the missives. At least you have evidence now. Well... Alright, well here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna reload real quick. Because if it's an engineering thing, it's all engineering things. So we are going to biology and empathy, reasoning and empathy, biology and empathy. Yeah, alright, same thing. Sneak in. Got the experiments. Getting more closely. Late dust is Cal's birthday. Tange seems especially troubled today, so you invite her on a long walk around the inner wall. That's Tange's thing. Thinking walks. Touch that you know her that well. She talks in fitful bursts and lapses into long silence. Finally, she stops and puts her hands on the wall, like she's breaking herself. Solane, something's been bothering me, she says, clenching her other hand on her side. Is it morally defensible to do something that people wouldn't approve of? You're doing it in their best interest. What if you don't have a choice? I know about the engineered plague. Tange smiles, though it doesn't reach her eyes. It was only a matter of time, I suppose. Sometimes it seems like you know everything that goes on in the colony. Thank you again for your help. You really were instrumental in overcoming several hurdles, whether you knew it or not. As your friend, please don't. As my friend? Tange replies, incredulous. A real friend would understand why I have to do this. I have to protect Dr. Instance. I have to protect the colony. She pushes herself away from the wall and starts walking away from you. A few paces away, she stops and shoulders slump. I don't want to do this, Solane, she says miserably. If I don't help Instance, though, Lum is going to kill her. The colony needs her. I need her. I don't know what I'd do without her. I don't know. Maybe we can convince him to stop? Yep. Anne scrubs her hands across her eyes and turns to you. Unstable D's, that's a thought. She looks impossibly tired, and for a moment, as young as she really is. Lum is forcing us to work on the virus. I don't know what to do. These seems like big choices. I'm not sure here. Huh. Tangent goes with you to confront Governor Lum. He looks scared. Lum is alone on the bridge. There's a chance you try to convince him to change course on his genocidal virus. We'll see how this goes. Well, I can always reload. Lum looks up at his holopalm when you enter. What is it? He snaps. I'm busy. Tangent raises her chin and takes a breath to steady her nerve behind you. Hope she's still willing to go through with this. You tell Governor Lum that you know everything about the bioengineered plague he intends to unleash on the planet. How he pressed Instance. Whoa. Phone going off. You tell Governor Lum that you know everything about the bioengineered plane he intends to lease on the planet. A pressed instance and tangent into creating it under threat of death, and how it'll kill every living thing on Vertumna. Lum listened intensely, his face growing colder as you speak. When you're done, he gives you a stern look. You don't understand what you're talking about, Solane. I'm the governor. I make decisions, not you. Lum's eyes dark to Tange, who freezes up. Yes, I don't think what you're doing making Instance do is right. Have all the lab notes, recordings of your meetings with her. Maybe we can't stop you. What if the whole colony knew that you're planning on killing the planet? I'm not killing the planet, just the dangerous animals. We'll be better off without them. We'll be able to expand across the planet without fear. People will be able to grow food, have families, build cities again. Anne shakes her head. No, that's not true. She pulls up something on her holopalm. Look, in every one of our simulations, we haven't been able to remove the dangerous fauna without causing a complete ecological collapse. Lum starts to protest, but Tange talks over him. It can't be done, sir. Either you kill Instance for not creating the virus, or you kill everyone within a few years. Lum is uncharacteristically somber. If what you say is true, you've given me a lot to think about. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Tange look at each other and back at Lum. Lum gives you an exasperated look. That means you can go. Leave before I change my mind and throw you in the brig. Yay! You've averted what could only be complete destruction of the Vertumnian ecosystem, and saved Instance life. You could breathe a little easier today. Well, fucking hell, dude. Alright, let's read this. This is a new one. Tange is sitting before an array of holoscreens, all showing different graphs. Making decisions based on the mistakes that the humans we purposely left behind on Earth is foolishness, she says, between bites of her protein bar. We may as well ask the stars for guidance, like astrologers. No, I will not be taking questions at this time. She must be giving a presentation. Alright, so Cal's birthday. Ooh, that's a nice one. Alright. We'll give a few things. First of all, Cal, it is your birthday, so you get a bobber fruit. Oh, wow, that looks delicious. Thanks for the birthday gift, Solane. I love to eat. Cal looks up from the geoponics bed where he's doing some science with the water. Oh, hey, Solane. Just give me a second. I'm checking oxygen levels in the beds. Too much and you get aerobic bacteria. I sound like Tange, right? There's a lot of science in this geoponics stuff. Sure is the future. Alright, what else can we do? Guess we can work in the depot. Well, wait. Let's, huh. I am looking something up real quick. Alright, we're gonna Save this. Decisions. I do know that there's a little robot friend, and I would like to have I would like to have the little robot friend. We're gonna try one more time of repairing the robots, and if this doesn't work, we'll reload and go start spending time in the other areas. Nami Nami is assisting you to work with, assigned to work with you in the robotics lab this month. At first, you're happy for the help, but it quickly becomes clear that they're more interested in unreasonable fantasies like building a giant robot to defend the colony. I saw it in an anime, they chatter as you show them how to ground yourself before working. It's totally cool, we just have to... Perhaps it's better to master the basics first, nomination. Congruence pitches in. For example, there's a vacuum bot awaiting repairs in its intake and outtake. It's Rosie! Your problematic little buddy is sitting in the first bay. You pull up the work requisition on your palm. Yeah, we can't. Alright, tell me about this anime defense bot. Fix it. Creativity. Yep, this is... Alright, we're gonna reload. Decisions. We'll come back. Zeke rolls their eyes when they see you report to the depot for your first day as a clerk. Oh, it's you. Well, at least you might learn something useful while you're here. The depot is where the precious nanoprinter lives. Zeke lords over it like a tyrant, and they don't like children. They load the depot module onto your holopalm and walk you through the process. People submit requisitions for the nanoprinter through this portal. It is your job to program the correct routine into the nanoprinter to fulfill the order. Then you mark it as available for delivery or pickup, depending on if we have a delivery person available. And we almost never do. With the perfunctory explanation, Zeke leaves you to figure out what to do on your own. Okay for the first hour or so, because no one puts in a requisition at all. It is pretty early. Maybe everyone's still asleep? Clean and organize the depot! There isn't a lot to organize, and you don't store a lot of stuff here except for the things people need all the time, like toothpaste. Well, you find a bucket and start to mop the floors the old-fashioned way. There's nothing wrong with taking pride in your work. You're jerked back to reality by a haptic pulse through your holopalm. Your first order, you excitedly open your holopalm and read it. Elbow grease, 1 gallon, it reads. From Cal, Geoponics. Delivery ASAP. Very funny, Cal. You dismiss the phony requisition. Ha ha ha, Cal's got jokes. Another one pops up on your holoscreen. Flashlight fluid, 2 gallons. Anemone sports ball delivery. Really, Nem? Another bogus requisition? As your friends prank you? You barely dismiss the second one before a third one comes in. ID-10T gas. Flammable. 2 cubic meters. Pressurized. Tangent engineered delivery. ASAP. Caution. You almost got me, Tange. Tange's not really up to the pranking type, but you stop yourself from looking at the ID-10 gas. You dismiss the requisition and message your friends to knock it off. Finally, you get a real requisition and get down to work. If anyone's not aware of the old joke, ID-10T error is like an IT joke normally. It means idiot. Anyway, you finish when Mara strolls in. She hops onto the depot counter and primly crosses her legs. I am so totally relieved to have you as my assistant here. Finally, someone to haul boxes and fetch things so I can focus on the important work. Maybe we should share responsibilities? I don't care which one of you is in charge, as long as you get the work done. Zeke pauses. Wait, did you wash the floors? They say, looking impressed. Well, that does deserve a reward. Here you go. Mars can hardly wait until Zeke is gone to giggle. Either way, I'm glad you're here. The job's usually so boring. Hmm. Whoa! That's a lot of organizing. Early wet, is that tan? Nope, early wet is Mars. Where are you at, Mars? Why should I care for nature? The only thing nature has ever done is kill my people. Refuse to be held hostage by a planet that doesn't want us here. If nature wants to kill us, well, it's only fair we try to kill it back. Birthday present! And we're really, really good on, energy. I guess we can go... Where's Nem? Nem! Ooh! That option's never gonna be checked. I keep telling not everyone not... Okay, so this is Cal's message again. Let's spend some time together. Nem checks the time on her holopalm and smiles. Yeah, I think we can swing that. You head to the canteen. Nem confesses that it's been forever and a day since she had a meal she didn't eat standing up. You take her to the canteen to grab some lunch. You spend some time with her, and you even coax a laugh out of her by sculpting a lewd figure out of your mashed trippet. Salane, she says, mock scandalized. Let me help you hide the evidence. You find it hard to mind when she eats off your plate. At least someone's taking care of her. I'm gonna reload. Because that reduced a lot of stress. So we're gonna go exploring. And then we'll come back and mooch Nem. But first... Oh wait, no. It was Mars, right? Found something you might like. Have a birthday present. Uh-huh. Can I get a hug? Sure can. Alright, let's go exploring. Ooh, what's up, Dis? You and Dis are sitting in the tailgate of one of your expedition vehicles, shelling bobber seeds with your teeth and spitting the hard bits on the ground. Now that one of you points out something funny a passing surveyor does, or spots something under the mush trees, it's the easiest way to talk to Dis, by not talking at all. Dis has always been like this. Being isolated from other kids made him thoughtful. Out of everyone, you think Dis might understand about Sim, be able to keep him a secret. I trust him. You tell Dis that you saw something interesting when you were out on expedition. Dis perks up immediately, starting to look at you. Yeah? What? I met an alien, Dis. His jaw drops and his face goes an interesting color. You're worried for a moment that he's going to be upset for you teasing him, but... No way, Dis hisses, leaning in. But I met an alien too, Solani. What was yours like? Like us, but an alien? You describe Sim. Dark hair, big eyes, faintly purple skin, the way he never seems to answer your questions. Dis stares at your face. Wait, you met Sim too? You nod and Dis' hands fly to his hair. He said he met another human boy, but he didn't say who it was. It was you this whole time? He made me swear I wouldn't tell anybody, Dis says earnestly, a weird expression on him. If Helios found out about gardeners, they'd probably try to kill them like they kill everything else. So, we could talk about Sim, but we have to keep it a secret. Oh, the Western Ridge ruins. Yeah, that's the gardeners reached those ruins. I'm sure the gardeners are related to those ruins somehow. I asked Sim if the gardeners built what used to be there. He said the ruins built the gardeners. He always speaks in riddles. Why hide him? Just looks like you're growing a second head. I don't know at you, but I'm done with people making fun of me for knowing the truth. I only want to protect Sim. He's one of the only people who's ever tried to know the real me, you know? Different for you. People like you, Solani. Sim is... my everything. If he needs me to keep him a secret, I will. Alright, this will be our secret. Just nods, looking serious. Good. Good. Alright. Well, I'm glad Dis knows. We're gonna really quickly see if we can go give the thing to Dis. Or to Sim. If not, we're gonna go to the swamps. For once, you see Sim before he sees you. He's crouched off the path, staring at a flower. His face blank. He doesn't react as you approach, so you watch him for a while. He's so perfectly motionless you think he was a plant too. His eyes are unfocused. Is he accessing some kind of mental interface? Eventually you clear your throat. Sim carefully stands up, turns to face you. For a moment you're not sure if he recognizes you, and he tosses his head and grin leaps to his face. Solane, you caught me checking in with the boss. Your boss? My boss. As I told you, they aren't fond of change. They're very much like your boss. What's she named? Utopia? He tilts his head to the side. Her name word is fitting, isn't it? I always appreciate that she reminds you not to get yourself killed. I wish you'd listen to her. And I have my job, which is to protect this place. Protecting you seems to be my hobby. If the boss finds out I'm talking to you, I'll be in trouble, so then why keep talking? Sim smiles warmly. Because you're the boy of my dreams. Literally. I can't seem to stay away from you. And because you humans are different. I'm so bored of everyone else on this planet. The other gardeners, my boss. They have everything on Vertumna just the way they like it, and don't want the teeniest bit of change. It's boring. See that tree? That tree was a small creature for part of its life cycle. You call it the Variki. Once it plants its roofs, that's where it stays the rest of its life. The gardeners spend times as trees too, sometimes hundreds of years. If you do that enough, you start to think like a tree, set in your ways. When I watch you, when I talk to you and learn about your species, I feel inspired. I feel young again. How old are you? I like to think I'm young at heart. You have so many more questions for this man, or gardener, or whatever he is, but as soon as you open your mouth to ask another, Sim cocks his head, as if listening and holds up his hand. I'm sorry, but I must away. And with that, he's gone. Wait. Okay. Did you bring what I asked? You asked if he's, you guess yes. I knew it. I dreamed about last night in my vat. And you're what now? Never mind, let me have the data drive. Yes, but answer a question first. Sim sighs and crosses his arm. Okay, I'll answer exactly one question. Do the gardeners want to hurt us? Sim sighs. I hoped your question would be a fun one. It's not that we want to hurt you. It's not personal or even malicious. Like dealing with an invasive species, sometimes you need to resort to harsh methods to remove it before it destroys the ecosystem. Perhaps it is not the answer you wish to hear, but it is not our fault you are the way you are. You hand over the data drive and Sim takes it reverently, staring as if he could see what's inside. Marvelous. Like a genetic payload, except with digital data instead of organic. What will I learn from this trove, I wonder? You're puzzled over the implications of the phrase genetic payload as he continues. The other gardeners are so tedious and obsessed with their work, more concerned with maintaining equilibrium than experiencing new things. I don't understand that novelty is what makes life interesting. He slips the data drive into his sleeve. Thank you, Solane. I will treasure this. Oop. Bravery's almost maxed out. Mid-wet. Anybody got a mid-wet birthday? Nope. Oh boy. You go to the garrison looking for Nem, but she finds you first, pouncing on you and wrapping an arm around your shoulders. Buddy, friend, pal. She leans in close, smiling wide, barely contained energy. If I don't do something a little wild, I'm gonna go bonkers. Everyone's so stressed out, and I feel like I gotta do something extreme. Like I want to strip naked and climb to the top of the colony and scream until someone makes me stop. I got bugs in my brain. Uh-oh. So I got an idea, and I need you to come with me so I don't cower out. Nem leaves you by the hand down to the one or less used hallways of the garrison until you come to a small room. Inside are 2 barber chairs and the table next to some dangerous-looking but delicate machinery. A stout woman with a buzz cut looks up from reading something on her holopad. What's up, Anemone? Need that side shave freshened up already? No, I want a tattoo. Can you do that? The woman gestures to dismiss her holopad and pulls out a thick book from behind the counter. You and Nem crowd around it, marveling at the sight of real paper as it falls open to display a selection of tattoo designs. Used to be the only thing I'd do here is buzz cuts and military tattoos and a hair dye for that Nami kid. But since we landed here, you haven't been the only person who's come looking for something a little bit more artistic. Take a look at this and see what we can do. You and Nem flip through the pages reverently. I was thinking, I want something to remind me of Vertumna as my home, and everyone here is my people, to remind me why I fight. She shoots you a smile, uncharacteristically shy. I want something that links me to you, that everyone here, you're the person who means the most to me. Her eyes go wide. Now wait, we should get matching tattoos. Come on, what do you think? Okay, sure. Hell yeah. What should we get? The book of tattoo designs lay before you. What do you want to get? Hey, Vanalika, how are you doing? Good evening. We're making hard choices here. I like that. Homework's important. Good on you for doing it. That one's good. That one's lovey-dovey. I don't like that one. This one is good. I like that one too. Let's see what this one does and we'll reload. Whoa, Nembreeze. That's hardcore. I mean, yeah. Shit, yeah. Obviously I want to go into battle with your name on me. I mean, if she's into it, sure. You sit down in the tattoo chair and bare your right arm. A tattoo artist / barber transfers the design onto your skin and fires up the machine, which buzzes alarmingly. You and Nem look at it, wide-eyed. I guess you kids never seen Earth Tech, huh? Preparing the tattoo gun. Tattooing's one of the oldest human arts, so there's not much holograms and replicators can improve on it. The stuff I do here reminds us that even when we're out here among the stars, we're still just meat with thoughts. Up your way through it. It smarts a bit when the tattoo artist presses the needle to your skin and begins her work. But you're pretty tough. Nem looks a little green as blood wells up around the needle and grabs your hand. This is so cool, she breathes as the design begins to bloom on your skin. It takes about an hour for the tattoo artist to get down the bold first strokes of your tattoo. Nem holds your hand the whole time. When the artist steps away to stretch, Nem leans in and gasps. It looks so awesome. This is the coolest thing we've ever done. This is galactic. She looks up at you. I meant what I said. You're my best friend on this whole rock. You've always been here for me, and I'll always be here for you, no matter what. Thick and thin. Nem sniffles, then looks embarrassed. Man, it's dusty in here. The tattoo artist returns and finishes up your tattoo, then moves on to Nem. She takes it bravely, though she sometimes squeezes your hand so hard it almost hurts. Afterwards, you go back to your room and decompress to admire your bravery. Nem flops onto your bed and you climb on after her, careful of your aching arm and newly wrapped tattoos. I can't believe we did that. That was so awesome. She turns... Ooh, good smooch. She turns towards you and pushes her unruly hair over her shoulder. Thank you for coming with me. I probably wouldn't have done it if you weren't there, and I probably would have done something reckless. Well, even more reckless. I'd do anything for you, Nem. Nem blushes and pulls you into a brace. Oh, Solane. Hey, Vace. Get fucked! You find Vace in the garrison lounge, holding court with a small group of young soldiers, listening to him tell a story about his latest expedition. He gestures animatedly with his arms and snarling like a beast. And then I shot it out of the sky. Bam, bam. Vace finishes as you approach. The gathered crowd hoots and hollers for him, which he accepts magnanimously. Looking around, you see that it's mostly his Helio crew. You can tell from their uniformly closed crop hair and perfect posture. But there are some faces you recognize from the colony. Anemone is here, and she shoots you a little wave. Tell your own heroic story. We did have a lot of stuff. You loudly boast that Vace's story is nothing, and walk right into the crowd of listeners. All eyes turn towards you, including Vace's, who's regarding you with a curious mixture of annoyance and interest. You tell them about during the fall of the Strato. You tell the story of the attack that destroyed the original colony when you were 14, and how you charged bravely into battle instead of hiding with the other kids. Everyone listens with rapt attention as you describe the pitched battle, especially when you really lay on the gore. Damn, Vace says. You must be the coolest person on this whole podunk planet. Vace's friends laugh, while the colonists look at each other and smile awkwardly, already not wanting to disagree with Vace. All except for Anemone, who joins in and laughs the loudest of all. Vace kicks out another stool from his table. Well, hero, come sit besides the king. You take a seat beside Vace. He crosses his arm and sits back, looking at you appraisingly. I didn't think this colony made him like you. Thought you were all farmers and hippies, but you I like. You got a warrior's soul. The other Heliopause teenagers look at you approvingly. And this colony's good for a sport. Can't wait to get out there and shoot some aliens. Bullshits aren't gonna know what hit them. Nah. You think you're a real hotshot, huh? Now let's go with this one. Yeah, fuck you, Vace. You know how I'd want to live here and not. Not gonna be your home unless you make it. You and Vace talk for a while longer. At least he talks. While you and his friends listen. Eventually the little crowd breaks up as people move on to their other duties. Vace breaks up as people move. Vace says goodbye to all the other Heliopause soldiers by name. Some of the colony ones too. Anemone lingers a little longer than the rest, catching Vace's eye. He reaches out to her and they grasp forearms. Good to have you around, Anemone. For a colony brat, you're pretty legit. Thanks. You're pretty cool too. Eventually, it's just the two of you less. Vace stands up and puts his hand on his hips, surveying the garrison, his kingdom. All we did on the Heliopause was train for this exact moment. We were literally made for this. The best of the best. He leans into your space and fixes you a wolfish smile, which makes me the best thing that's happened to this place since it started shitting out oxygen. And you forget it. Fuck off, Vace. Bird. Alright, so... I think it is time for us to explore the swamp. We're gonna do one more robotics just to see what happens. Yeah, okay. Alright, so this is gonna happen in order. Alright, that's good to know. So what we will do, we will go explore the swamp. We'll come back. We'll date with Nem. We'll go do robotics. And then maybe robotics again? You look down at the drone rifle in your hands. This is the big leagues. Finally, you're going to go out there and take the fight to the enemy. No messing around out there. Animals are dangerous. They want to kill you, probably as much as you want to kill them. Your job is to get to them first. Utopia sighs. And by no messing around, he means don't go taking risks. she says. As head of his expedition, she's technically in charge of you in the field, though Rhett is the one molded you for this. There'll always be animals out there, but you're a lot harder to replace. And if you do take down anything edible, tag it for reclamation so we can bring it back to the colony. Vace is practically humming with excitement next to you. Rhett pairs you up as you head out together. Vace sighs. I don't need a buddy. No offense, Solani, but you only hold me back. Rhett shakes his head. You two are a good match. I want you to watch each other's backs out there. Stay within transceiver range of each other at all times. You might not always be able to reach the colony or utopia, but you'll have each other. Never engage the enemy alone. We'll make a great team, right, Vace? Good. Teamwork is the key word here. Teamwork. You go to high-five Vace, and he stares at you like you're a hover snake. Eventually, his shoulders drop, and he raises his hand. You finish the high-five. Rhett takes off on his glider, and Vace turns to you. You better keep up with me. We might be stuck together, but it doesn't mean I need your help. I'm gonna get all the kills and all the kudos. Just let me do all the work and stay out of the way. Subaqueous swamps are especially dangerous. Something in the air makes the beasties out here all kinds of fickle. Could be the storms, but normally docile creatures are a mite more aggressive. She bites her lip. And to be perfectly straight with you, there's some darn scaly things out here in the swamps. I don't much love with sending you kids out into a little war zone. I've been to the swamps before all this war business, and it's a beautiful place even if it's real spooky. Hurts my heart to see soldiers tromping all over it. But I know teenagers can be just as capable of adults when it comes to surveying and hunting. You got faster reflexes and stronger stamina than a lot of these old colleges. You just try not to take stupid risks out there, alright? Promise you the honorary auntie? You're not my aunt. I don't need a coward telling me what I'm thinking. Oh, fuck off, Vace. Drop you in the fucking swamp. God damn it. Vace is like the stereotype military fascist douchebag. Ooh, hello. You and Vace have been tracking a Unisaur. A young one, not adept at hiding its tracks. When you corner it, it seems confused. When Vace moves his hand to his gun, it opens its horrible maw and roars at you. The horrible furnace of its empty belly visible as it peels back. Suddenly, Dis is there between you and the Unisaur. Not this one, he says. Get out of my way, Vace growls, or things are gonna get ugly. I'd like to see you try. Oh, I'd like to see you try, you dick-brained posable action figure. That's good, Dis. Dis retorts, raising his fist like he's ready to fight Vace, drone rifle and all. Jump between Dis and Vace. What are you doing? You're supposed to be my partner. Why are you protecting this stupid animal? It's not stupid. It's supposed to live here, not us. You can't just kill it for doing what it's supposed to do. He shoos the Unisaur back in the forest, then runs off himself in a different direction. Vace tracks Dis with his rifle. You grab his arm to stop him from doing something stupid. Yeah, fuck off, Vace. You and Vace are walking down a path made by some creature. Probably bush bubs. They like to make paths. What you find, though, isn't a bush bub. It's a snap bladder, a much more aggressive foe. You've seen nests of these things, squirming and around, squirming around and crying out. Trying to lure people into their hungry mouths. But this one is on the move, crawling around its path. What? Slowly, from its round, lumpy form, you wonder if it's pregnant. These things are a danger to surveyors and can potentially kill someone who fell into a brooding nest. They swell up so huge they can't move anymore, and instead half bury themselves and lie in wait for prey to come too close. Ugh. Take care of this one. It looks like your speed. Well, we need the combat. Guess we need the combat, so... Equals total, right? So 4 and 5. So close. You take out your plas cutter and do a cool spinning move, jumping off a few logs and jamming the tool into the snap ladder's ladder. Base applause. I have a feeling how this is gonna go. Hello, buddy. The Unisaur has been following you and Vace from a distance. Ooh, befriend it! You see it now and then, and out of the corner of your eye. It doesn't seem aggressive and looks recently fed, so it isn't hunting you for food. Pretty unusual behavior for a normal skittish creature. Befriend it! It doesn't act like a wild animal at all, or like an algorithm. Not interested in your food, your soft cooing, nothing you can offer. It's unnerving and strange. It continues to back off and keep precise distance from you and Vace. When it sees you paying attention, it backs off further, and comes back to observe you. That's it. I've had enough of this. The presence of danger seems to unlock some new subroutine in the Unisaur's instincts. It charges you. God damn it, Vace. Oh, so close. No! It doesn't even defend itself. Bizarre. I don't trust that. We are reloading there real quick. Watch it. What happens if we fail? What happens if we fail? I want to see what happens if we fail. Next round, give up. Defeated. Okay. Alright. I don't want to kill it. So. A wide but shallow stream blocks your path here. You get a run up, you might be able to jump over it, or there are giant lily pads that might hold your weight. The tops are worn smooth as if animals regularly use them as a bridge. Vace slips over it. Come on, short stack, he crows. He has the height advantage though, it might not be easy for you. Jump over it. You land on the side, Vace laughs and gives you a high five. Alright. The swamp has flooded here. Let me take a drink. And water has risen almost completely over the trees. The islands you make your way across are actually tops of giant mushrooms. Mushroom-topped trees, barely rising out of the marsh. The water is clearer than usual, so you can see down this underwater canopy that jungle beneath the surface. You think it's just marvelous to peer down at the underwater forest, but Vace is antsy and looking for something to fight. He scouts on ahead. You're hurrying to catch up, and several muckwalkers come flopping out of it in front of you. Twice as large as you are tall, smacking and slithering in your direction with hundreds of little fins. Creatures are slow and clumsy out of the water, but it doesn't really matter when you're that big. Fight them. 10 kudos of equal goal. Alright. 4, 2... All cars under 5 become 5. Alright. 9, 9, 6, 5 equals goal. Still too much. That's a maximum combat. In their clumsiness, the muckwalkers seem more likely to crush or drown than actually eat you. Assuming that's what they're trying to do? It's hard to tell. You kill one and the other slithers off. Base shows up and you finish it off. Ah, you have all the fun. Well, that doesn't really help us much. We have maximum physical now. Hello. You and Vace are marching through a densely forested area. The droopy goop willows seem to be melting into one another, forming an impenetrable mass. You barely see anything around you as you pick your way forward. You notice Sim hiding behind his tree. He puts his finger to his lip and motions for you to come close. What's a nice human like you doing in a place like this? Sim says, smiling. I thought you might like to know that you're about to be ambushed by a pack of manticores. They've been tracking you and will pounce you when you reach the clearing ahead. You head west and cross the river. They won't follow you. Don't war Vace. Now let's avoid the manticores. You tell Vace you see a better route the other side of the river. He grumbles but agrees to change course. Not really better, but there are no monsters here. Thanks, Sim. Vace is a douchebag. I'm not going to get him killed. There's a different variety of bush bub here in the swamps. Slimy, smooth-featured, and gloopy, like the rest of the foliage. They seem to just as slow but suspiciously intelligent as their dry biome cousins. You come across one of their little shrines and find their well-worn paths in the loamy soil. When you're inspecting the shrine, you hear a burbling, groaning noise, and Vace smacks you with the butt of his rifle to get your attention. Barreling down on you from different directions come the two goop-faced bushbub sentries, calling out to each other as if they've been laying in wait. No problem. Kill one and the other runs off. Sorta. You've never seen an animal move quite like that. Like an animatory sack of oatmeal. Analyze the corpse! Vace sighs, you kneel to take a closer look at the goopy bushbub. This must be some subspecies of bushbub that doesn't appear in your holopalm bestiary. Like a rock skin is much thinner and slimy, and its branches don't look like they've ever had leaves on them. Cut it open, and the organs don't make sense. They're just jumbled in there willy-nilly. You can't even figure out how this creature would digest food. Maybe it's genetic abnegation, but there are two of them. How's there a bridge here? Utopia told you about usually docile creatures are here in the swamp, but you didn't expect to run into a pack of murderous hop-eye. Charging straight down you towards you down the path. Their powerful claws drumming against the ground and making enough noise for an animal 5 times their size. Vace raises his rifle and prepares to fire. Get out of the way. You grab Vace and haul him off the path into the trees. The hop-eyes run right past you. They look exhausted, practically frothing at the mouth. You notice they're headed in the direction of your colony and wonder if you should have stopped them. But it's a long way at the pace they're going. Surely they'll hop themselves to death before they arrive. We'll take that. Electrical storms can be a real danger when you're slogging through swamps, and not just because of the obvious. Something in the frisson of electricity in the air draws previously unseen creatures to the surface, their behavior strange and unknown. Drink time. Something like a giant electric eagle has surfaced here. And it's lifting a long antenna out of the water. Looks like it's trying to attract lightning. Maybe we should give it what it wants, Vace says, pulling a pair of stun gloves and grinning sadistically. What? Vace that. The creature harmlessly absorbs electricity from Vace's glove. In fact, seems to absorb it with a satisfied look on its wide, fish-like face. Then it shoots the electricity back at you. What if we do this instead? Nine. 7. 5. You can kill it, you think? It's like sinks into the water. There's no trophy or even proof you did it. Vace pouts and pulls off his stun gloves. You and Vace hear a crashing, growling noise nearby. Two manticores are fighting. They're so invested in their battle, they don't even notice you approach. One of the manticores look much older than the other. Tail bitten and its mane mangy with old, tattered flowers. The younger one is in much better condition, but is significantly smaller. Root for the old one. You and Vace settle in to watch the fight. The young manticore has speed on its side and confuses the older one by snapping its tail in its face. Like a whip, it lashes the old one across the forehead. The old one snaps its jaw in furious pain. The young one quickly darts in and lands a hit with a crab-like talon. But the old one has patience, stamina, and wisdom. It takes the hits, waiting until the young one starts to tire. Then backs up every time the young one slashes until its haunches are braced against a tree. The young one, confident its foes can't escape, goes in for the kill. The old one has been conserving its energy for this moment. It pulls its back feet against the tree and launches itself upwards, right on top of the young one, landing on its back. It tears ferociously at the young one's flank. The fight is over in a moment. The older, half-tailed manticore is victorious over the clearing. The younger one slinks away but collapses nearby, bleeding heavily from the wounds in its side. It looks like it won't get up again. You nod gravely towards the ultra manticore, admiring. Wisdom beats youth. Something to remember. Vace makes a gun-shooting gesture. He thinks you should kill them now. Now, leave him alone. You turn away and walk away. Once you're far enough from the manticore, Vace turns on you. What was that about? We're supposed to be killing dangerous animals out. It's a perfect chance. Deserved warrior's death. Vace seems somewhat mollified by this answer. It was a good fight. It deserved to be treated honorably. Next time I'm going in, with or without you. Worst thing about hunting in a bog is, well, the bog. You're up to your knees in sticky, clinging mud, sucking at your boots when you try to move. You're stuck. You poke at it with a stick, then lose the stick. How deep does this go? Build a bridge! You find some branches that seem light enough to strap them using tall grasses, making kind of a raft. You drop it onto the muck where it sits without sinking. Then you make a second raft, walk it to the end of the first, drop it down. You pick up the first, walk to the end of the second, and drop it down. Continuing this way with your two rafts, you and Vace are able to cross without even getting wet. It's getting late, and you and Vace should head home soon. Then you spot it. There, on the plateau, half a click away, glittering in a beam of blue evening sunlight, a unisaur. You pull out your binoculars. Excuse me, your holoculars. This one is particularly beautiful coloring. Palish blue-white. Glass rays of sunlight shimmer through its rainbow mane as it paws the ground and sniffs the air. You're drawn to its terrible beauty. The question is, when did it last eat? You look around for Dis. No sign of them this time. Eight, 7, 6. Ooh! Vace watches you, expecting something bad to happen. You approach very, very slowly, pausing for a few minutes at a time for it to get used to your scent. It takes you almost an hour to work your way up to the plateau, but when you do, the Unisaur bows, seeming to accept you. What do? We're capturing it. The beautiful wild beast is far from tame, and you wonder if this is the right thing to do. But you know that it was Vace's choice, he would just kill it. Surely this is more merciful. You have a moment where you look in the eye and see intelligence. Murderous intelligence. But it actually follows you down the slope without any trouble at all. You get the sense that it's chosen you. At least it's curious enough about you to want to learn more about you. You radio your dad and let him know you're bringing home a new Unisaur. A Unisaur? He chuckles. No idea what we're going to do with one of those, but we'll figure it out. Sure looks like it trusts you, he continued. Make sure you come to Geoponics to keep that bond up. We use a hand with the other animals. Do we get a pet? 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 Nem. Go smooches. Okay, we read this one. Oh no, we haven't read this one. You and Nem head to the lounge, where she plunks her feet in your lap and regales you with some of her stories of her other soldier friends. I don't think he ever found where I put his underwear. He actually fed them to the float cows. What an idiot, right? It's good to spend time with her. She's so busy all the time. That is an option I am never clicking on. Alright, let's go here. Interesting. I mean, you would think I would get the pet. Alright, well, I said we're doing engineering. We're doing engineering. I guess we'll try it twice real quick. I want the robot friend. Happy birthday! You maxed out? Not yet. Close though. Alright, we read this. Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Nope. Alright, so we're gonna reload. We might try an entire year in robotics next year, but for now... What are you working on? Well, I found this really pretty flower growing in the garden. I've never seen it. You take a look at it. Oh, you've seen this before. It's a rad plant. It's radioactive? Good thing you knew that. What can we do? You're not sure, but study in Geoponics lab, you might be able to figure out how to neutralize the radiation. Cal waves at you as you enter the garden, leaning on his shovel. Hey, Solane, he calls, but his eyes look past you, down the path where Anemone is beating the absolute tar out of the training dummy. Her fierce battle cries echo across the colony, making Cal wince. I'm going totally hard lately, huh? She asked me yesterday if I wanted to spar with her. She said it would be good for self-defense. I told her I don't want to fight. Not her, nor a training dummy, nor anything on this planet. For real. I've never seen her get so mad at me. Oh, she called me a baby and told me I'm just going to end up forcing everyone to protect me because I'm weak or helpless or whatever. I don't think it's right to fight anyone. Especially the Xenos. They were here first. What do you think, Solani? Well, I definitely don't think that. I think sometimes we don't have a choice. Jeez, you sound like an adult. You always tend to tell us to see both sides of an argument. I tried, and I think if you have to hurt someone to get what you need, you don't deserve it. What if their loved ones are in danger? I mean, that's totally scary, but you shouldn't be putting your loved ones in situations where they could be in danger in the first place. That's not how that works, Cal. What if your life depends on it? How is that fair? Their life depends on it, too. You can't just decide you get to live and they don't. What if they attack you first? If something attacks you first, you probably did something wrong. That's still not it. I can see your point. That's fine. I mean, it's not how it works fully, but I see your point. His eyes go back to Nem. She stops sparring with the training dummy and looking up the gardens when she has a drink. Neither she nor Cal wave at each other. Cal clenches his fist. There's gotta be a way to figure out how to live in peace with all the cool things that live on this planet. Like, hey, look at this weed I saw growing over here. Cal has such strong convictions. One of the things you like about him, even if some people disagree with him. What is his... We don't know his augment is. We spend a few hours with Cal in the gardens as he shows off the area that he's getting ready for the next planting season. The adults are really starting to trust him with more planting as he gets older, and he beams with pride. When you finally head out, you're just as dirty as he is, but you feel so much lighter. Anything new? Nope. Alright. Nem. Another hug? No. Another gift? No. You pass the construction yard on your way to work at the depot. Rex waves you over. Hey, come look at this, he says, leading you over to where a portion of the heliosphere is being married to the old living quarters. With the scaffolding of mushwood. In this wild... Ooh. Isn't this wild? It's like our two ships are becoming one. He throws his arm around your shoulder. It's like a metaphor, get it? The colony and us from the helio, learning to work together. How we build our environment affects how we live, you know? You should come by and help me. Really fun. You get to build things, the construction crews are really nice, and you get to hang out with me. Wait, why not start right now? He hands you a plas cutter. No time like the present, huh? Zeke says we always need more workers here. But you do have another job you promised to do. I do have a job to do. Rex thraps himself on the forehead. Ah, duh, of course. You always got something going on. He lets you get back to work and you give a smile. There we go. Our friend's still here? Doesn't seem like it. This is out here. Do we know what he likes? I don't think so. We'll give him... flour? Nope. Ah, okay, here we go. Rex waves you over, help construction stuff now. Yeah, let's work hard. You help Rex put up the wall while he's finishing his bracket in place. There's always a pounding and wiggling to get the fit, which delights Rex every time he gets to make a joke about it. It's sweaty, rewarding work, and you learn something about engineering while you're at it. Chief Administrator Seek comes storming out of the command to find you. Alane, where have you been? I expected you hours ago. Whoa, it's my bad, Rex says, moving to stand between you and Seek. If he had a tail, it'd be between his legs, the picture perfect of an apologetic puppy. I asked him to help out. We're super short on hands around here, and he did a great job. Seek grudgingly accepts that you did, in fact, do good work. They tell you that you've cleared to help out in instruction if you like, snidely commenting that you're better suited for manual labor than the job you were actually supposed to do today. What does this raise? Engineering, toughness, friendships with Rex. Alright, we're going to work in the depot. Going through Hollow Novel, when Tangent comes in, she pauses and looks uncomfortable when she sees you and Mars looking at her, quickly disappears into the shelves. You and Mars shrug. A few minutes later, Tangent comes up to the counter and drops a fistful of candy. She shifts from foot to foot as you ring her up, jostling down and rubbing her stomach. I also need something behind the counter. Some medicine. You ask her what she needs, she mumbles the name. Can you repeat that? She mumbles it again, a little louder. Mars stops to giggle. I'm sorry, what? Hand rolls her eyes. Stars. I need fart pills, okay? The stupid alien bacteria and all the weird native food makes my stomach hurt. OMG, Mars laughs. You have blue gut? Really? Tange the Perfect has blue farts? Tange crosses her arms and looks miserable. You give Mars a questioning look. Blue gut, Mars says. You know, when you keep farting and all this blue dusty stuff? Mars leans over the counter and gets a better look at Targe's backside. Oh no! White was not the best color to wear today, Tangent. Your butt is blue as Solane's hair. Mars cackles as Tange anxiously cranes her neck to look at her rear. Liar. Just give me the pills, please. I don't want to talk about my stupid body. Be sensitive and nice. No! You let Tangent know you're sorry this is happening to her. Blue gut is an uncomfortable condition, you tell her, but it doesn't make her a bad person. Alright, well, we're reloading. Because we are not here to make Tangent feel bad. And I don't care about saves coming. Work construction. Oh, wait, no. I didn't want to do that. Work in the depot. You fill the order and tell Tange you hope it helps, otherwise she'll have some just blew her kudos for nothing. Mars shrieks with laughter. Yeah, I hope it's a real cast. It's not funny, Ma. Just shut up. Mars hops on the counter and gives Tange a hug, which Tange accepts reluctantly. Oh, come on, Tangelange. It's kinda a little funny, though. Tange pouts and Mars continues. Look, there's a lot of things in this colony that kinda suck. The nanoprinter is always busy when I want to do my nails a different color. But when things are sucky, you just have to laugh at them. Joking about the bad things make them less. Tange musters up a tiny smile. I guess. Don't make me come up with a pun, though. I absolutely refuse. She leaves, looking a little lighter and more relieved than when she came in. Alright, I like that answer. Alright, 9. 6. 1. Ooh, we're about to get there on organizing. You're just putting on your boots to grab dinner when in the lounge you hear the colony sirens begin to wail. It's the yearly attack. They couldn't have waited till you ate dinner? Rude. Outside your window, you watch the colony defense begin to mobilize. Your holopalm chimes in with the usual reminders for all civilian colonists to stay indoors. You head to the garrison to grab a plas rifle, then report to the front. Chief Rhett looks surprised to see you, but assigns you to squad with Nem and tells you to get up on the walls to do your best. On the other side of the walls is more Xenos than you've ever seen in one place ever. They seethe out of the forest, large and small, herbivorous and predatory, fungal and otherwise, flying and crawling and hopping towards the colony with single-minded determination. You head to the garrison to grab... Nope, that's already what we said. I didn't mean to click on that. Alright. The air is filled with of laser turrets and the crackling of plas rifles. The enemy front line collapses, only to be replaced by even more Xeno. Just as many before, if not more. There's no end to it. The fire break turns into a graveyard of dead and dying alien bodies, wave after wave crawling over the corpses until they roll at the base of the walls like foam on the wave when they hits the shore. You hear the walls creaking underneath you, but they hold strong. There's no sun set in the globe, but night falls on the battlefield without any break in the fighting. Despite your fingers being cramped from pulling the trigger on your plas rifle. Finally, you're relieved when the second guard shift. You straighten to the garrison right into a dreamless sleep. You're woken 6 hours later for your next shift. The kitchens have provided soldiers with pressed soy rations and hot blep tea, which you grab and then make your way back to the walls to survey the carnage of the night. As you arrive, your holopalm lights up with a priority message. Security personnel, we are under siege. On Earth, sieges were used to break a city by starvation or drought. We have plenty of food and water. Guards will rotate 6 hours. On, 6 hours, off. So long as we keep the Xenos on the other side of the wall, we can hold them off for days, weeks even. Everyone exchanges exhausted looks. He pauses, then adds, we can do this. We're stronger than them, and we're not going anywhere. You and the other soldiers fall into a fitful rhythm, alternating shifts on the wall with brief snippets of sleep. Gunfire becomes the soundtrack of your days, which begin to smear together like paste. Nem, in particular, is suffering. She volunteers for relief shifts, sometimes pulling doubles or triples on the wall. You catch her mechanically shoveling soy porridge into her mouth before seeming to fall asleep sitting up. A minute later, she jolts awake to see someone's spoon clatters against their bowl. Tempers grow short as fatigue sets in. 6 days pass. You're on shift, watching the Xenos batter the cells against the walls. You feel your eyes unfocused at the sheer formless horde of them. In all these days, they still haven't breached the colony. Sometimes they even seem to retreat, heading backwards and reforming somewhere else. Behavior you've never seen before. A group of monsters break from the tree line. Nothing new except for one of them. One of the Xenos almost looks different from them. Almost humanoid. What is that thing? The creature looks suspiciously like a person, at least from the waist up. Down below, it's a lumbering chimera, vaguely reminiscent of a faceless, wrapped in tattered bits of flesh and bony protrusion. Something like hair flutters behind as it turns and looks at you right with an unnerving, malevolent intelligence. You rub your eyes. Yeah, still there. It approaches to the base of the wall, and the other monsters surge forward on the pound against the gates. Try to talk to it. You wave to it, and the creature sneers, and to your surprise, approaches the wall. Little weed. They address you in a halting, rasping voice. Things seems to go quiet as you strain to understand its talking horror. Child of breeding rabbits, feral pig, kudzu. The nerving human gaze is pierces. Introduced species. You understand. You wonder if you're hallucinating. Is it holding a gun? You slowly nod yes. You understand the words used. At least. I am Noctilucent, the monster says through a voice box that seems better suited for guttural roars than human language. A gardener. Designation. Pest control. I perform my task. Like gardener symbiosis. Sim. Yes, now that's still... They're standing still. You can see the seeds of Sim's slightly inhuman features staring back at you. The hair is a bit like Sim's as well, as if it's actually alive somehow, waving in the wind that isn't there. What do you want? Who you're talking to? You jump as Nem seeks up behind you when you look back. Noctilent is gone. Nobody. You shake your head and mumble something about not needing sleep. You promised Sim you wouldn't talk about the gardener. She nods and pats your shoulder. The siege is getting to everyone, Solane. It's okay. Finally, after the 6th day of the siege, you look down at the sights of your plas rifle and you see a curious thing. The monsters are retreating. You gather the other soldiers in the colony square. Your holopalm lights up with the priority announcement from Governor Lum. The alien attackers are defeated. The siege is ended. Another year, another whim. You're welcome, Vatumna. You're welcome, humanity. You're welcome, you hear, and Chief Red nearby. What did he do? Race out there like an idiot with his honor guard? Defend strategically unsound positions? Put himself in danger so we had to save his overstuffed ass? The shoulders all shift uncomfortably, but no one disagrees. And when I actually needed him, taking his 12-hour beauty rest while the rest of us slogged through endless shifts. The soldiers are exhausted from the siege, so the crowd in the square disperses quickly. Only a few Helios remained, covertly filming Rhett while he continues to rail against them. On the horizon, the first rays of quiet streak the sky with lavender. You watch Utopia reclaim Reclamation crew head out through the gates to begin vaporizing xenocorpses for their component molecules. That night, you have a terrible dream. You imagine that you're sieging the colony, that you're a creature crawling in the mud on your belly, ozone cracking, crackle of plasma rifle arcing overhead. With your talon claws, you rip into the walls like they're made of clay, stuffing choking handfuls of it in your mouth. In a moment of lucidity, you try to pull the clay from your throat. No matter how hard you pull, it never ends. You jolt awake when you realize you've been pulling your own guts out of your throat. Just a dream. You're shaking and coating in a film of terror sweat, heart pounding. You don't find sleep again before dawnbreak. Ooh, boy. We are 18 very quickly, folks. Near adult. What are you doing? When is Mars' birthday? Early wet? We've got time. We'll give her one of these. Yep, alright. What do you want, Vace? Rex, can I get a hug? Oh, alright. Well, hey, how's it hanging, Solane? Your eyes fall to the spectacular line of hickeys that travel down his neck and disappear under his harness. He sees you looking and laughs. Unashamed, he pulls down the fabric of his harness to show off that they go much further down than... Me? I'm good. Real good, if you catch my drift. Hugs incoming! Alright. Ooh, we gotta... You follow the sounds of laughter and find Nami Nami and Rex playing catch. Or maybe the word for the game they're playing is more like fetch? Nami throws the ball as far as they can and Rex tears after it, climbing and leeching over anything in its way like it's not even there. Rex hands the ball back to Nami, and Nami winds up to throw it again, but at the last second they palm the ball under and hide it under the arm. Rex barrels off away from Nami with his ground-eating stride, and gets pretty far away before he stops and looks around, confused. He looks back at Nami, who waggles the ball at him and bursts out laughing. Nami! He shouts, running back to them. He picks them up and hauls them over his shoulder, and Nami shrieks with delight as Rex spins them around. Two Helio kids in their crisp uniforms passes by, glaring archly at Nami and Rex. Rex sets Nami down and then spots you over Nami's shoulder. Well, hey, it's Solane, he says, and Nami turns around and gives you a stunningly bright smile. Rex slings his arm over Nami, and Nami lays their head on his shoulder. They're both breathless and beaming with happiness. Did I miss something? You two dating? Rex and Nami look at each other and make twin sounds of disgust. What? No, not at all. Nami's practically my sibling. He tightens his grip around Nami's shoulder. I mean, I love them. I really do, but not like that. Nami sticks their tongue out. I don't like anyone like that. But I love Rex. He's my best friend. Ah, buddy. Rex coos and wraps his whole body around Nami's small. He kisses them noisily on the cheek, stuffing into their hair, while Nami shrieks with laughter again. We were always the odd ones out on the heliopause, Rex says. People thought we were weird, you know? You probably don't see it because everyone is so awesome here, but compared to the rest of those smug, boring jerks, we really stuck out. Oop, nope. But I'd rather be different than be like them. He looks down at Nami, who beams up at him. And I got to be different with my best friend, which was awesome. Sorry, I saw your line on Stable Deuce. I'll respond in a second. We just hung out together and had our own fun, and everyone else trained to be proper little soldiers. Right, Nami? Nami frowned. Like Vace and all his cronies. It wasn't all fun and games. Rex shushes Nami, strokes his hand through their hair. I know, but that's in the past. We don't have to grow up to be soldiers. We're here now, and there's so many more people to be our friends with, or to be friends with. Like Solane. Yeah, I'm your friends. Rex smiles and holds his other arm out to you. Group hug. Rex gives really good hugs, and Nami's no slouch either. I love that. Unstable Deuce is saying, the way this is going, you're going to have to decide what you're going to do when the colony breaks into civil conflict. You're not wrong. Alright. We're doing okay. I want to see if we can go wrangle animals and, like, get the Unisaur as a pet. But then we're going to continue organizing. Unisaur? Oh, hey, we can. You should probably do something about the Unisaur you captured. It's eating its way through everything. It doesn't actually produce any food, and the other ranchers are starting to get annoyed by its attitude. It knows something they don't. It's creepy. You figure you may as well get used to taking a rider. If people could ride Unisaurs around, it would be pretty useful, especially when robots and vehicles start breaking down. You bring it outside, it stares at you with its eerily intelligent eyes as you approach, with the saddle, and only shimmies a little as you strap it to its back. You brace yourself and hop on. Ride that Unisaur. The Unisaur takes off at a run, ducking and weaving as it tries to throw you off. You get down low in the saddle and wrap your arms around its neck. The Unisaur is an unusually intelligent animal. You can sense it trying to figure out how to throw you, or make it too uncomfortable for you to hang on. It slams its body against the walls of the pen, trying to snap your legs. When it doesn't work, it tries rearing up in its hind legs, or reaching back to scratch you with its hand-like paws. It tosses its head to try and gouge you with its horn. It's uncomfortable, but you're no stranger to discomfort, and you're not going to let this Unisaur dominate you. You hang on until the Unisaur stops fighting. Great strides, sides heaving under your legs. You pat its scaly neck, and it tosses its head like it's sighing. You get the sense you haven't really broken it, more like you've convinced it that you'd be less of a hassle if it plays along. Success! You convince her to let you ride her for now. Oh yeah, you can get her to stand still long enough to check. You determine the Unisaur is a female. What's the name of your magnificent beast? Clever Girl, Twilight Sparkle, God, Twilight Sparkle, Face Ripper, or something else. What was the horse that I learned to ride horse on? Her name was, was it Clever? What was her name? It's been so long. No, it was Sable. Her name was Sable. Sable it is. Eight. We don't have a 7, so. You rolled a bit of noon because you're allowed to, because it's your birthday, but also because you're exhausted. You barely slept at all last night. You've been having these nightmares since the siege. More and more every night, like they're trying to tell you something urgent. You can't make any sense of it. All the imagery is just jumbled together. All these possibilities and timelines and things that might happen. Some nights you wake up in a cold sweat, scream already in your throat. You sit on the edge of your bed, run a hand through your hair and check your hollow palm. You wish people wished you happy birthday. That's all. You guess you're getting older. Birthdays aren't as important as they used to be. Right, and Mars wants to meet you for lunch at the lounge today. You have to practice your smile. As you enter the lounge, surprise! You do your best to play along and act surprised. Woo! Streamers, balloons, great. All of your friends are standing around. Wearing goofy hats and clapping. Nami is holding a bunch of balloons together. Larger than they are, and Rex is wearing a cute little waiter's outfit with a bow tie. You accept their hugs and birthday wishes, trying to hide your exhaustion and demurring that with a few pointed, all this from me? You shouldn't have, no really. Alright, hold on. I got someone's contacting me. Nope, I don't need your help with that. Okay, Rex wanders around with a tray of little snacks, offering them to everyone in a vampy accent and a silly, airheaded giggle. The goofball act chips away at the natural awkwardness of a surprise party. That is, the first 5 minutes after everyone shouts surprise, and soon everyone is laughing and enjoying themselves. Despite your exhaustion, you start to smile too. Your friends are so amazing. They're all here because they care about you. And then you get some unexpected guests. The lounge begins to fill with Helio kids, mostly ones you don't know, and the ones who usually keep to themselves. And well, you don't much like you original Stratospheric kids. Vace is there as well, grudgingly giving you a nod of acknowledgement before he turns back to his friends. Besides you, Nem bristles with discomfort. Hey, who invited you guys? This is a private party. It's a public lounge. We can sit wherever we want. Cal stomps right into the midst of the Helios. You guy thinks that just because you fell out of the sky, you're the wormhole's gift of Rotumna. We don't need you. We never needed you. All you do is make things worse. Like this party. You're just a bunch of fascists. You and Lum. Lounge erupts. Chairs screeching across the floor as the Helios jump to their feet, yelling at Cal. Calling the colony illegal, calling Cal a fugitive. You jostle him around, but Cal plants his feet and stands his ground. You hear a bottle breaking and see someone advancing on Cal. He's not backing up. Nem make them stop. Hey guys, come on, cut it out. It's Selane's birthday. Don't make it a big thing. They seem to respect her, so they back down, but not before parting libelous shots at Cal's parentage and alleged action with animals. She turns to Cal and pokes a finger at his chest. You provoked them on purpose, she says angrily. I'm not your friend anymore. Don't ask me to stick up for you if you're being an asshole. Well, that was enough excitement, I think. Let's move on to the important part. Cake and present! Under Mara's skillful party hosting hand, the mood shifts back to festive. You enjoy your presents and your cake, but tension's boiling over like that is a bad omen for the rest of the year. We got a new friend! Look, we got a new friend! This is great. This is great! What does our new friend do? +3 for rainbow flushes of 3. I don't know what that means, but you're not getting equipped. Whose birthday is this month? Someone has a birthday in Pollen. Oh, shh. Okay, no, it's quiet. Okay, I like shit. Do we miss someone's birthday? Can we go on a date? No? Alright. Let's do some checking to see what the best use of our time is real quick. We will real quickly go see if we can't speak with Sim and do something there. Goodbye. You're enjoying a relatively uneventful second sun of taking readings for one of Utopia's geological surveys when your world shifts on an unnatural axis. A Sim comes crashing out of thin air, grappling a skyfish almost as big as he is. Look out, he calls to you, though it's far too late for that. The ground rushes up to meet you, and all you can do is close your eyes and protect your head. Make matters worse. In the ensuing tussle, they completely crush the delicate scanning equipment that you've just finished setting up. Utopia's going to be so upset. What the heck was that? You yell at Sim, who struggles helplessly while holding the skyfish at bay. The whole damn mess. What's he doing? Bare-knuckle boxing with a skyfish. Honestly. The skyfish flops around pitifully, then springs back into the sky and flies away, trilling in the distance. Delane. Sim croaks. And you turn your attention to him. Blood is pouring from a wound on his chest, where one of the skyfish spines must have pierced his otherwise perfect skin. It's the kind of thing that will definitely leave a scar, or worse. Holding the wound closed, Sim smiles sheepishly. I guess my future sight isn't always 20/20. Holy shit, are you gonna be okay? He waves dismissively with the hand not holding his ding-dang chest together. It is but a flesh wound. Did I say that right? One of your Earth movies. I quite liked it. He and I are sufficiently difficult to kill completely. You think it's a coincidence that I'm always there at exactly the right time to save you? At night, when I'm asleep, I sometimes see visions of things that are going to happen. Or that could happen. My dreams aren't always true. The paths branch and converge. Time is more like a web than a line, I think. But always in the center, there's you. I can see the future too. You can? Well, you must not be very good at it either. You try to explain, you tell them it's kind of like remembering. But in your dreams, it's only ever happened since you were a little kid. Like you're remembering things that haven't happened yet. You admit that some of them are pretty rough, like visions of people dying. Tim nods in agreement as you explain. Some gardeners have this ability, but it takes hundreds, even thousands of years to develop. It seems you were born with it. I can't tell you how this future sight works. To be honest, I don't even know. But if you're curious, you might look for answers under the light of the wormhole and glow, he confesses. You press him for more, but he begs you to simply leave his handle his injury at peace. That's important to know. Let's leave for now. Let's just go grab all the items. I don't really have a need to do these things, and I need to start working on my other stats. And I want to get one more week in. So we'll leave for now. Nope, I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Home. Yep, go home. Bravery's almost there. Alright, we will go spend some time here. Ooh, the mood is somber as Mars calls the secret Fun Times Club meeting to order. Anemone won't be joining us today. Probably ever again. She told me she's too busy with training and stuff, and she didn't want to do any more sneaking around. She sniffs to miss. It's okay. It was kind of a square anyway, but we need someone to replace her. Some of the Helio kids were pretty cool. They like clubs and stuff, right? Should talk to them and see if they want to join the SFC. Mars stops and holds her fingers. Oh, it's just SFC now. The Secret Fun Times Club was okay when we were little, but we're practically adults now. No. Sorry, read this, but I already read it. No. What about the new governor, Lum? I know he's technically an adult, but he's fairly young. It would be beneficial to have someone without actual clout on our side. Mars gives Tange a withering look. We already have someone with something important in the club, Tan. But thank you for your contribution. I mean, Lum's alright. Kind of dumb, but like, you want to be smart to be hot, you know. I can't believe Uticott just let him be in charge. I listened in on some of his council meetings and they're total chaos. Like he has no idea what he's doing. On that note, who do you approach to join the club? Nami! A club? Nami asks. Well, maybe. I am looking for more people to play Laser Fable with me. No fun with just me and Rex. They brighten. Hey, wait, can Rex join? Because Rex is my best friend and anywhere I go, he comes too. It's been that way forever, since we were kids, and there's no way I'm letting him feel left out. Yeah, absolutely. A 9? A 9? A double? 4, a 4. Oh, we're so close. I think we're literally one off. All right, Early pollen. First. Give me a hug. Oh, yeah. Early pollen is his birthday. Got a present for you. A stick. Woo! Alright. Who else has a birthday in pollen? Anybody else get a birthday in pollen? No? Alright, well, we're going to run around and give presents then. Get people maxed out if we can. 100. Cal needs a present. Cal's birthday is late dust. This needs a present. Alright. You need a present. That. Hey, Nami. Nami's in their usual hiding spot in the lounge, surrounded by their steadily growing collection of body pillows and stuffed animals. They're curled up with their arms around a giant plushy creature. Seems to be scrolling listlessly through the movie available in the Colony Media archive. Find anything good? No! Not since I finished all of Maid Stalker Ares. I can't believe it ended on a cliffhanger. I didn't know the Stratosphere had left Earth before the series finished airing. You have every episode except for the two-parter series finale. I'll never know how it ends, they sniffle. It's not just fair, or it's just not fair that we'll never have any new shows to watch. This isn't about the show, is it? Nami wipes her eyes and a big sigh. Yeah, they say, not meeting her eye. I guess that's kind of true. It just reminds me that, you know, that everything ends, and sometimes it's a lot sooner than expected. When I got here, I remember looking at your huge media library and thinking, wow, galactic. I'm never going to run out of things to run. It felt like the whole world was ahead of me and ready to be discovered. A new planet, a new people, a new life. Now it just feels like everything's on fire all the time and everyone's always on my case about how I need to grow up. What's so bad about being innocent? Why does everything have to be so grim all the time? They wipe their eyes. I don't get more episodes of the stupid show I like. Not fair. I get that. It's hard. Nami nods, their chin wobbling as they try to keep it together. Yeah. Thanks for getting it, Solane. It's alright, buddy. Oh, wait. Need to give you a present. Ange, are we at 100 yet? We're not. Ange, your birthday is wet, right? Late wet. So we're going to give you that. Cal's birthday is late dust. We are in pollen season, so we are fine to give him one of these. Alright. Coming to the last couple of months. Alright, so... Work at the depot. You're working with Mars when a depot order comes in through your holopalm for 10 batteries for the crash. You're busy packaging up another order, so you send it over to her holopon. Despite her constant complaining about how boring and beneath her the job is, Mars is very good at it. She finds ways to do things faster and more efficiently. She hardly ever makes mistakes. Which is why you're surprised when you get the order from the nanoprinter and find 15 batteries. Check the requisition again. Wait, it says 15 batteries? Mars scoops up the extra 5, giving you a wink and hides it. Nah, Oh, don't see such a buzzkill, Salon. Even Seek skims a little off the top. Why else do they keep such tight control over the nanoprinter? I don't know that I want to do any of these. If Seek will be on my side, because they know I'll sell them out too. It'll be your word against ours. Besides, not even for me. It's for the SSC. Which is secret. It's not like I can send an actual requisition for this stuff. Alright, help cook the books. Mara's deception was pretty good. You only caught it because you happened to see the requisition first, and you happened to put it back in the queue before Mars had to pick up. You happened to be the one who picked it up. You work with Mars to set it so that the first person to open a requisition must complete it themselves. Believing you're doing this to increase the liability, Seek approves of this change. A little more work, but it means Mars is free to edit requisitions at her heart content. Gives you a smooch. Alright. We'll do a 7. And an 8. 6. And a 5. And a 4. Yeah, next level organizing. Anybody got a mid-pollen birthday? Nope. Draw an extra card at the start of challenges. Man, that sounds rad. Alright, well, if we're gonna go use energy, we gotta... I have a feeling that Sim's gonna be important. So, we're gonna go... We're gonna explore nearby. Pick up all this stuff. You think you see Sim running up through the trees up ahead near the edge of the cliff. You call out to him, but your voice is drowned out by the screeching roar that shakes the forest. A manticore. You feel a remarkable lack of self-preservation today, so you holster your scanner and follow these noises through the trees. You find Sim fending off not 1, but 3 manticores to the edge of the cliff, his back to the fatal drop behind him. He's bleeding profusely from his hairline, and his left arm hangs uselessly at his side. He doesn't even register his presence as he tries to calm the beast with soothing sound. One of the manticore knocks Sim off his feet, and your heart lurches as a spray of stones clatter down the cliff. The beasts have him completely at their mercy. The lead manticore's delicate feet pin Sim tattered clothing to the ground, spittle drooling from its misshapen jaws, and you watch Sim's expression twist with an emotion you've never seen on him before. Fear. Save Sim! Six. Nine. 4, 3. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Alright. At 9. 7. Ooh. We'll give a... there we go. Skin of our teeth, but it worked. Somehow, using all of your strength and then more, you defeat the lead manticore. The 2 smaller ones scatter, hissing their displeasure and biting at each other. The death of their alpha, negotiating with the new pack dynamic should distract them for a while. Are you okay? Sim waves you off with the arm that doesn't hang limp at his side. I'm fine. I feel pain, but it does not control my behavior as much as it seems to in humans. You and Sim both collapse in the dirt, breathing hard. Your head is spinning with the adrenaline and a little bit of blood loss, to be honest. You look over at Sim as he looks similarly stunned. That was impressive, Solane. I had no idea you were such an adept warrior. It's thrilling, actually. His gaze drops to your mouth, then back to your eyes. No, we're not going to smooch him. I'm glad that's over. You both start crashing in the sounds of the trees. One of the two remaining manticores breaks through the tree line and roars at you. Blood and spittle spraying from its ravenous jaws. No sign of the other, clearly lesser manticore. Run, Singrass gasps, pulling you both to your feet. He gives you a push and start running parallel to the cliff, trying to get some distance before it's safe to duck back into the trees. You don't hear Sim behind you. You whirl around just in time to see Sim clash with the manticore, grappling with its huge front claws as it pushes him closer to the edge of the cliff with dancer-like strength. Go, Sim yells. Rocks scatter down the cliff by his feet. Please, Solane, just go. You don't even have a chance to be a hero. The manticore takes Sim's neck in his jaw, and he screams in pain. Sim locks eyes with you once more as time slows to a crawl, and speeds up as he grabs hold of the manticore and launches himself backwards over the cliff. They're gone before you can scream. You rush to the edge, too late to catch even his tailing coat. It's a long way down, and the wind buffets your face viciously. You try to blink away the image of their bodies falling through the air, now seared into your memory. Fuck. You turn away from the smudges at the bottom of the cliff, but you still see it. You sit down, stunned, and stay away for a long time. Not gonna be gone, just like that. Dead. There won't be any funeral for him. The alien would be human. Not like you can bring his remains home to be properly recycled. It's a small comfort that at least out here, it won't be long until nature takes its course. Sim probably would have wanted that, you think. With a heavy heart, you return to the transport station. You just want to go home. Well, fuck. Alright. Let's choose our rest, and then we'll call it. Wait. Still pollen. We don't have anything else for pollen. Alright. Where do we want to rest? Let's leave here. Let's rest with the animals. Oh, we didn't get anything. Alright. Well, then we'll call it here. Alright, folks. Thank you all so much for watching. I will again try to start early on Wednesday if I can. Can't guarantee that I will. But we will be trying to finish this week. We are through year 18 of 20, so we might be able to do it. I hope you all had a good time. I did. It sucks to see Sim had died. Man. Alright. Well, if you are here watching live, stick around and we will raid someone rad. If you're watching the archive, please feel free to check something else out on the channel. Other than that, again, Wednesday, roughly the same time, and then we'll be on Friday over on Brit's channel. Other than that, be safe and be kind to one another. Bye-bye!